Welcome to the Coding Cafe. I'm your barista for today. My name is Colby, and I'm a little sick. So if I'm coughing, you can hear my voice. That's all expected, all within the parameters. Hello, Mia. You are indeed first today. Congratulations on your first etude. Gonna be a lot of that for this stream, so get ready. I was in Fee's stream earlier, and he was playing Resident Evil, and the problem is that he I don't know if he has like some massive delay on his phone or he wasn't paying attention or whatever, but like I was trying to talk to him for like 20 minutes and he was asking me questions and then just not reading chat. I was like, "Oh, Fee, you doofus." Accessible slider / carousel? No, not what I want. Yeah, range input. Here we go. Oof. Okay, this is made in 2013. Hopefully this is not a thing. Okay. Okay. Let's, we could probably do this with CSS. Okay. So let's make a little range here. You know what I mean? We've got JavaScript. Let's add here. Do another little li here. We'll add an input range. We'll go min 0, max 100, value is 100. Class, we'll do volume slider. The ID here is going to be music. Then we'll have another one down here. And we will call this one ambiance. Ambiance. I'm also thinking about how I want to do these. So, like, I kind of want to have some SVGs here, right? Because we have an SVG for everything else. And I kind of want this one to be like, okay, so let's take a look at our SVG options because I want the music one to be like a music note, right? Free SVG icons. So I want to do music, like music note. Yeah, something like this. And then I was thinking about what I wanted it to be for... Um, this one's okay, right? Yeah, I think that one's okay. MIT license. So we'll do monocolor. There we go. CC0 license. Perfect. So I think we'll do this one. But then for ambiance, I was thinking, what if we did a bird SVG, right? Because, like, I don't know, like, ambiance to me kind of means like bird. Like a bird tweeting. Like this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. I think this is great. So we're going to go ahead and copy downloads bird, yes, into, oh god, is it site experimental assets, and we'll do bird.svg, right? And then we will slash down. By the way, in case you don't know, if you do a tilde on the command line here, what that means is whatever your home directory is set to for the user that you're currently using this shell for. So for me, you know, I am Colby. So if I do tilde and I resolve that, it's my home directory as user/Colby. And this works on OS X, this works on like Linux. It's like a commonly used thing. So still a little FYI for you if you need to copy from anything. Oh no, there's a fly has been in this house all day, and it's been very annoying. It just landed on my webcam. Like, this fly is a menace. Thank you. Downloads, and then we'll do music, and then /site, experimental assets, music.svg. Great. So we will make this music, and we will make this bird. Okay. And now, come back in here. Come into the styles, and let's do dot volume slider. Volume slider. Yeah, this will work. Let's pull those back. Slider. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, there's a bunch of stuff. The slider that I already had in here, I used a bunch of CSS to get it to do what I wanted it to do. And I copied most of it, as you can tell by the fact that the only comments here are from are in this. So yeah, let's for this one, let's just see what this looks like right now, and then we can tweak the the graphics in there. Excuse me. Let's do. Yes, it's localhost 8000, site experimental. Go and mute. Great. Aha. Okay. Interesting. So there's that, and then there's this one. So I want this to actually be this LI. It's by 160. Shoop, 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 shoop. So I want this to be in line here, right? And then these sliders also got to do some more stuff. But for now, I want to settle for getting these, like, in line with each other. You know what I mean? So I want these sliders to be underneath this. How do I do that? I actually kind of like this too. I like the idea of maybe when the toolbar is out, they transition to being rotated correctly, right? To go from there to there. Excuse me. But for this, I definitely want them like on the side there and able to, you know, do their thing. CSS, make one element underneath another. So let me, if I come in here and I do position relative, does that do it? No. Position absolute? No. Here I am just like trying all these. Fixed? No, probably not. Nope. Vert relative. Display block. Flex. Display list item. Oh, interesting. So that makes it to where it... Okay. So it kind of makes the spacing different. Okay. Excuse you. Relative, yes. One div below another. Excuse me. Display inline. Float none. Okay. Let's try those. And nope. We also, from my other slider, also include these. Appearance none. WebKit appearance none. Okay. Yeah, that's not what I want. Okay. Let me come back and see what are the other differences that we've got here. So the classes aren't set up for these. So that'll at the very least switch that. And then I will also do tooltips for them. There we go. Okay, what do we got now? Excuse me. Oh, I forgot I set it up to where those buttons actually do stuff. Oops. I can tell this fly is getting old because I just tried to brush it away and I hit him with my finger, so not as fast as he was. Debating about, because one option that I do have, which is not a great option, is I could have two sliders, right? And I just disappear one whenever I open the actual thing on the side. We'll see. Can you make the sliders horizontal? I mean, yeah, look, that's but the problem is not that. The problem is that what I want to do is I want them to be vertical. And whenever this, so having them horizontal in this view makes sense. I had some padding around these, and then you can control your volume from here. It makes total sense. I also need to switch up this font. This font is kind of ugly. But what doesn't make sense to me, or what I want to happen, is whenever this is closed, I want these volume sliders to go vertical and then slide under this SVG. So that's what I'm trying to make happen right now. And I don't know if that's gonna be possible. Maybe it is. Why do I want that, or why do I think it's not possible? Why do I want that? So I want that because if I wanted to control the volume, I don't want to have to, like, I don't want to gate turning, like, something as important as doing the volume with one click, right? So here, basically, I have to click here and then I can set the volume, and I don't want that. I want it to where you can set the volume even if this thing is collapsed. Because you can do all the other things if it's collapsed as well, right? Like, I can turn on and off dynamic time of day. I can switch my scenes without bringing this thing out. And I want the volume to be the same way. Excuse me. I wonder if I put it into a div, it makes sense. Can't see them in the collapse view. It's not that you, so it's currently you wouldn't be able to see them in the collapse view. They're here, right? They're right there. It's just that they're not supposed to be there. They're supposed to be over here. And I just don't know how to make that happen. So yeah. I think one thing that I'm going to try to do real quick is I'm going to put this slider in a div. We're going to see if that works. If, like, having its own div will allow me some sort of control here. Okay, no, it looks exactly the same, which is fine. But now maybe I can do some stuff with, like, display block, not block. Do inline, line dash. Huh. So I have a feeling it's something to do with position and display, but we'll see. CSS, and let's do specifically, like, input range under another element. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. This is not what I want. This is a very long article on, oh gosh, look how long it is. I cannot do that. Um, CSS style element in, well, actually what I could do, okay, here's an idea. Instead, this is actually probably a better idea. If I put this input into its own li, then it's guaranteed to be on the next line, and it still makes sense. Okay, so let's try this. Let's see what this looks like. Ah, no. Okay. So when this pops out, if I do that, yeah, see, that still looks fine. So I think this, excuse me, I think pursuing this is going to be worthwhile. I've just got to get this styling to where this, like, display block, position fixed, maybe, absolute, padding 1 px maybe. Okay, so that's like nothing. This takes up 20 pixels. Class equals feature item, maybe. Okay. Okay. I've just got to get this to display under that. It's the main thing I need right now. Oh, that's right. It's display inline. Um, range slider render under. HTML, CSS, range input, put under something. Show range value, not what I care about. Input ranges are still a bit of a nightmarish hack when it comes to styling. Good. That said, displaying tick marks in major browsers is possible. Excuse me. Let's see. Ooh wee. I hate when I go to a website and it's not like, not that it's got, like bad content, but it's there's three tiers basically. For me, it's like the content isn't quite what I'm looking for, and then there's like it's paywalled, and then above that is like it's covered in ads, and then above that is it asks to send me notifications. I'm like, I literally never want a website to give me notifications. Ooh-wee. Phew. Um, can I do... Let's see something like this. So if I come back in here, look at this specific one, right? So this is the one for the input. If I do height is like 500 pixels, right? Just say that. This still renders off to the side. Okay. So it's not about the height. It's got to be like something with this range slider is... Let me take this height out as well. Oop. Something with the range slider is saying like, yeah, we're just going to render the middle of it here, and then it goes up, and that's it. It's probably because the way that I'm doing it is I'm rotating it, right? And so it's making enough room in that way. And then, so if I just set it to where... let's do height is like, I don't know, 100 px. Yeah, look at you lurking. I switch that. Layout. Let's. So you are 160. So if I come in here, change this to like 200 px. It's still basically, man. The rotate is really nice, but like it's not doing what I need it to do. So let's duplicate that. Excuse me. Instead of position absolute, you might use display inline block with the transform origin. Wait, where did you go? Oh. Okay. So that's good. Don't need a position absolute then. Position absolute is actually not what I want. Let's come back here. Go to display inline block. Okay, so that's nothing. Okay. Minus whatever. Minus 80 px. Relative. Minus 50 maybe. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. 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 So let's implement this then. So what are you? You were 200 by 160. So we are going to, I don't know why I'm inside of node modules. Okay. So down here, we will do height. Wait, if I do height auto, will that work? Width. Auto. Did height 100%. Height auto. No, it doesn't do it. Okay. And it makes sense because I'm rotating it. Can I CSS set height to width? Is that possible? Margin. Is that a thing? So if I come here, I take this off, aspect ratio, 1/1. Excuse me. And then I do left. God, I do not know how to minus, but whatever it is, minus 50 px. So that does it. Active SVG. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's try that then. So we'll do... Actually, I don't even think we need to do height 100%, right? Yeah, that's just aspect ratio 1/1, and then I do the left. Excuse me. So we have aspect ratio now. Minus 50 px. CSS set left to half of height. Okay, so maybe able to do that. Let's try this. After, move that, we'll do left is minus 50%. See what that looks like. Ah, dang. Close. We're getting there. Excuse me. left minus 50%. Yeah, that's what I want. I could just set that straight up then, right? Okay. See if this works. This would be super rad if it did. Ooh, baby. Oh, baby. That's pretty good. Just gotta, like, do some stuff with the opacity and the colors here, but man, that's pretty good. It's called volume slider collapse. And then rotate 0 dag. We'll also, where's the transition? Yes. Excuse me. See what this looks like now. Excuse me. Oh, is it not? Oh, yes. That's right. I forgot. I forgot that ordering matters when you do this. So, another quick tip that I'm learning, because I'm a front-end person now. Whenever you're working with cascading style sheets, you have to think about them in the order from like top to bottom. So in this case, the way that I had it before is I had volume slider and then collapse, which technically is correct, right? Like if you're thinking about it not ordered, it's correct, because up here my sidebar is in the collapsed class, and then below it I have my slider, which is in volume slider class. So it's volume slider and collapse. But whenever you specify that in the CSS sheet, it has to be top to bottom. So it has to be dot collapse and then dot volume slider. And I forget that sometimes. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Yes, this looks pretty good. Could be better. That's fine. We'll work on it. But then when I open it, oh, I actually kind of like that. I kind of like that. It's it's not going the right way, but I think that's kind of cool. It's a little goofy. Can you do CSS transform specify clockwise? Okay, so instead of doing 270, I could just do -90 here, and that would probably, I would imagine. Let's see what this looks like. Excuse me. Not as goofy. Not as goofy. I like it the other way. Okay. So I think I'm liking this so far, and I like the colors when it's out. When it's not, I want these to look a lot more similar to, you know, the rest of the things. Zapek, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Gotta look at this sub. Look at this beautiful sub. Order yourself a coffee. I'll order you a coffee. It'll say my name, but I promise it's for you. There you go. There you go. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, I hit affiliate. Gosh, it's been a couple months now, so I've been very excited about that. Um, it's it's very cool. I'm working on some front end stuff, which is wild for me. There's a lot about CSS that I don't know. I didn't know that aspect ratio was a thing that you could set on an element. That's kind of sick. Um, and yeah, I'm trying now to make these volume sliders look a little more muted, like these SVGs. So trying to take that blue out, which not positive how to do that, but I will figure it out. um, input range set color. Is that a thing I can do? Pure CSS solution. Chrome. Hide overflow from input range. Fill all the space. Okay, with a shadow color. Range progress. Interesting. Okay. Hoo-wee. Every time that I feel like, yeah, I'm getting something, I see a code pen that's like this, and I'm like, oh, no. Oh, I'm dying, Squirtle. Okay. Jeez. Okay, that works. Wait a second. Did I just see somebody that said, wow, this is terrible? Wow, that's horrible. Thanks for the update. Yes, okay. (2020, 2017). This solution from 2019. Hello there, Karl Mark. Welcome. We're styling CSS input ranges. Or, I guess, we're styling HTML input ranges with CSS. Woo! By the way, I can't wait until I, like, get to the point where I'm happy with this site, and then I start testing it with other browsers, and then it looks like butt, because I didn't test it with, like, everything. Significantly more fun than what you're doing. What are you doing? Excuse me. C++ homework. Ah. It has been a while since I've done any C++, but I imagine you're not having a great time. You have the pseudocode in front of you still stuck. Yep. If it was possible to segfault on paper, I imagine I would be doing it. Can I just use Python? It depends on the field. But yeah, I don't see why not. It's like that's the new Maria Antoinette thing. Let them use Python. Yeah. Every time you use C++, you're like, can I just use an interpreted language, please? The one thing I'll say for C++ is like, I learned C++ for about 2 months in high school. So my CS class started off in C++, and then we found out that like everybody was moving to Java. In fact, like the AP test was going to be in Java, and I guess my teacher didn't find that out for a couple of months. So then we switched over to Java. But those 2 months of C++, I was like starting to get the hang of it. I was feeling pretty good about what I was doing. And then we switched over to Java, and that class began and ended, and I still could not figure out how to get user input. Whereas with C++, it was just cin, baby, which is great. No overloaded operators in Java, though. Got to overload that plus. What happens if you add two objects together? I'll define it. I don't care. Hello World takes like 10 lines in Java. Sure as heck does. System.out.println inside of a PSVM. My God, my teacher used to call it that. He used to be like, everything has to go inside a PSVM, public, static, void, main. It takes an args. You never use the args. It's like, okay, I don't know what we're talking about. What even does binary no global operator found me? Oh, yeah, good question. I have no idea what that means. Excuse me. Binary no global operator found. PC load letter. Is it this? Way to style range control. Yes. Okay. Let me actually see. Is that what I have in my other slider? Let me open up my current site. And this just looks like that. It's just a gray background all the way across. Huh. Hello World takes like 10 lines in Java. I know I already read that, but it does hurt. It does hurt to read that. See, this is one of the reasons why like front end is so frustrating for me, is because so if I write some code in Java and I get it done, you know, Java, JavaScript, Python, whatever, and I run it on this machine, it's fine. And if I run it on another machine, it's the same thing. But then if I write something in the front end, it's like, well, if it's on Mozilla, you want to set this, but if it's on Chrome, you want to set this, and if it's on Edge, you want to set this other thing. But now Edge is using WebKit, so the WebKit one is fine, but you still have to do the Mozilla one, and also the default one in case that like Opera's still using it. Diagram of planets where people die and planets with Java is a circle. That is correct. That is true. It is quite dangerous. Java's like the sacred Jedi texts. So set those to none. You can have whatever backgrounds you need for those selectors. Background, gradient. Show me this fiddle. Show me the fiddle. Okay. Okay, I don't, maybe I've never scrolled down this far on Stack Overflow, but I saw this and was like, uh-oh, something bad is happening. I just want to write everything for my own system. Dealing with different systems is cringe. Yeah, that's true. Excuse me. Yeah, the first time that I ever experienced that was like, so I do almost all of my development for personal projects on Windows with Firefox. And that's not the majority, right? It's usually like Windows and Chrome. And as a result, like, I did all this development. I got everything the way that I wanted it. And then I wanted to deploy it to my Raspberry Pi. And so I set it up on Raspbian. I opened it up and was like, why is everything busted? And yeah, I just had to modify everything for Chrome. And not even the latest Chrome, like an old version of Chrome. Was not happy. God, this SCSS is just so much. Pure CSS solution is what I want. (2016) Hide the overflow from input range. Put all the space to the left. Huh. Yeah, use assembly. Yeah, why not? You're not doing Linux and Firefox though. Yeah, listen. I'm gonna use Brave browser, and it's gonna display things its own way. Chrome styling, vanilla JavaScript. Okay. Well, the accepted answer is good in theory. Notice the fact that the thumb can then not be, okay. Well, your front end work on a headless browser. Honestly, one of the things that like kind of blew my mind is a few years ago at a different job, people were like writing stuff like recipes, right? You can imagine, like, I have a website that I want to display recipes on. We have like a bunch of content, but then they write it in a system in which like it has its own like HTML and CSS baked in. And so whenever we display it, these recipes that someone wrote like 10 years ago look like they're on a website from 10 years ago. Whenever we have a brand new website, it's just that like we would have to go in and clean up all this HTML and CSS nonsense. So one of the ways that we were getting around it is we started using what's called like a headless CMS. So it basically like, instead of like writing all of your, like you write your stuff still in like something that looks like Blogger or whatever, where it's like easy to like pick your elements and stuff, but it saves to the back end in like a pretty like website agnostic thing. And then you have your front end call that back end to say like, hey, give me this recipe. You pull it in, and then it will do all the styling inside of React or Vue or whatever. And it's cross-browser friendly because, like, if whatever you're pulling in detects, like, oh, I'm actually in Safari. This is how I render this element in Safari. You don't have to have a bunch of, like, overlapping stuff. It's like, you know, these are the rules for Safari. These are the rules for Firefox. And then, like, everything just displays the way it's supposed to. It was a great. I'm really sad that I left that company before I got to see that project finish because it sounded really cool. Huh. Wait, does that work in here? Can we come over here and do this? Okay, it doesn't. That's fine. Okay. There must be a way to do it only with CSS. This answer is dated and more like a comment than an answer. Use this. Okay, use this simple CSS property to change color of checkbox, radio button, and range. Okay. Accent color. Firefox, Chrome. Okay. Looks like it's supported in a number of places. Let's see. What is it? Accent color? Let's just set accent color to like white or something. Do this. Accent color. Let's do dark gray. And it works! Wild. Accent color. This is, okay, this is the one bad thing about Stack Overflow. I had to scroll down. So this is answer number, golly gosh, this is, okay, question, right? Answer 1, answer 2, answer 3, answer 4. The fourth answer is one that was written, best answer nowadays. Correct. Good. This Python really as slow as people make it out to be. Because I'm starting to work on a Boyd simulation. Okay. I think it's starting to lag, so I'm considering just switching to C++ before I sink more time into it. Should I? I've never done anything with graphics. But, okay. But I want to use basic turtle graphics using arrows for the Boyds. Huh. Yeah, fair enough. The one bad, there's many bad things about Stack Overflow. So what I will say is that Python is good for like writing pretty clear and concise code. Raid me when you done playing Fortnite right now. Are you? Are you playing Fortnite and then you're coming into my stream? Hang on. This is beyond the pale. You are live right now and you're coming into my stream, promoting your stream. I have your. Look at you. Look at you. Shameless. Absolutely shameless right now. You demon. You absolute demon. I will be raiding you. That's fine. As long as you're still on, I'll be raiding you. And then I'll probably also play Fortnite with you. Good. So accent color. That's what we want. And we want it specifically here. So whenever it's collapsed, excuse me, we'll do hover. We'll go opacity. Oh god. Opacity 0 point. I guess opacity 1 because it's hovering. But whenever it's collapsed, I want to do opacity 0.5 probably. Just for that, I will have you muted in the background. Yeah, Fee, listen. Fee has done a lot of things. This man one time, I swear to you, I would not lie about this. We went to a movie in high school. We went to a movie theater in high school, and not many people were there. And by not many, I mean like no one was in the theater yet, and they hadn't cleaned up the theater from the previous showing. My man Fee comes in, and we start just walking around the aisles, and he goes, "Oh, dude, someone left like a full soda here." And so he takes the soda, he throws away the straw, he goes and grabs a new straw, and he's like, "Well, now I've got a soda, and look, there's like mostly full bags of popcorn in a number of places, so I've got snacks for this movie." And we were like, "Fee, you can't just pick up other people's like movie snacks that they've left in a theater, and that you can't just claim them as your own." And he was like, "It's fine." I mean, he lived, so it's okay. Just a red shirt, welcome, hello. Fee is a menace to society. And you can't convince me otherwise. We will give it an accent color. Maybe we should do like a blue. Excuse me. Nice blue. And we will specifically set, if I come in here and I open, there we go. Is there a color on you? Sometimes those movies are pretty long and you don't want to leave. I mean, I'm just saying. Toys are so cool. For a simple concept, they make the illusion of being complex. Yeah, no, they do. There's a lot of things like that where, like, if you program in like a math equation that does something, it looks really complex, but it's really just math that's doing it. It's crazy. Right, but your question, Python versus C++. So C++ is going to give you the sort of control you're looking for, in which you say, like, you know, I want to be able to say explicitly for my users whatever you want to do, right? If you want to say like, I want to have like 4,000 entities, and they should look like this, and they should behave like this, and like C++ can get you there. And there's a lot of like really great engines that are written in C++ that like can get you there as well. However, Python can also be super performant. It can be more performant than C++ in many cases. I guess not many. I would be remiss to say many. In some cases. But the nice thing, though, is like what you can do. Excuse me. The nice thing, though, is that Python lets you get from, especially with like a game engine, it lets you get from like point A to point B very fast. And then you can sort of focus on the performance stuff. I don't know how to write highly super performant Python, especially since it's... no, I'm not okay. I am a little sick. I started getting sick, I think, yesterday. Should be okay. But, like, basically, our baby goes to daycare, and he brings home, like, every virus known to man. And because we've been inside for 2.5 years now, you know, our immune systems are not great. Does anyone know how to write super performant Python? There are a number of people that know how to write. Data scientists probably know how to write super performant Python. I don't know anyone that can write super performant Python. But there are definitely people in communities that can. I know that. I just don't know who they are, and I don't know why they know how to do that. Python, as I understand it, like Python was explained to me like this is a language that is single threaded, and as a result, it can't do things very fast. So you write it in order to like spin it up, do some stuff, spin it down. So that's how I learned to use Python. Data scientists use NumPy. Oh, okay, which does a lot of heavy lifting outside of Python. Okay, so like, so for instance, I wrote a thing that will make a video automatically. Given some audio and like a background image, it'll make like a standard YouTube video with some audio waveforms using FFmpeg, and all the Python layer is doing is like managing the data, and then it ships it down to a child process for FFmpeg, and then monitors it, and then once it's done, it tells it, like, "Yay, we did it." But Python didn't do anything. Python is just like the intermediate layer, so it wouldn't surprise me if that's what it's doing under the hood in a lot of these like high performance Python ways. Excuse me. But yeah, I like I said, as I understood it, Python is single threaded, and that's why you shouldn't use it continuously. And then I heard about a bunch of devs using like Django and Flask, and I was like, it seems like a bad idea to use Python for like a backend web server, right? Because like every request you want to spin off a thread to do something, but apparently it's not, and it's fine. I don't know. Something to keep in mind is that moderately performant Python on a system designed to take advantage of single-threaded power. You can, okay, yeah, it can be more powerful. Well-performance C code engine doing the same, but taking more cycles, process all the fetches and memories input. Yeah. So, oh god. So, SIMD. SIMD is a real big thing recently. This is like, if you want to get the most performance out of anything, especially like game programming or like high performance like calculations and stuff, you have to do SIMD, which stands for single instruction, multiple data. So you imagine this specifically works like really well in graphics because you're doing the same operation 10,000 times with a bunch of different data inputs. Your processor is set up in such a way that like whenever it executes a single command, which is like add these two numbers together or like do a bit shift or multiply this times that or whatever, it has the capacity to do that 8 times with one clock cycle with like 8 pieces of data. As long as you're feeding it those 8 pieces of data, it'll go super fast. But you have to know about SIMD, and you have to know like how to get that working to make that happen. Compilers, if I'm not mistaken, are getting better at doing this and doing branch prediction, but like it is hard to take advantage of, but whenever you do, your code goes crazy. How complicated is SIMD? It can be complicated. Excuse me. SIMD, I don't know how SIMD is on Python, right? Pushing Python towards C speed with SIMD. This sounds great. I'm not going to an unsecure website, though. Are NumPy's basic operations vectorized, i.e. do they use SIMD? Yes, they are. Okay, great. Cool. So NumPy will do some of this stuff. But yeah, it's SIMD is complicated to sort of like wrap your head around. It's the same thing as like, let's imagine, right, you're writing a basic program that, I don't know, is calculating factorials or whatever. Like it's solving some sort of like thing, and you can think about like, oh, if I use recursion, I can just like call myself a bunch of times until I'm done. But it turns out that like putting a bunch of stuff on the stack is actually like way less performant than doing it in a while loop. So like it's things like that where you're like, oh, this is the easiest way to do it, like in my brain, but the most performant way is to like be a little more verbose and a little more like, you know, I should do this first. Similarly, with something like SIMD, maybe what you're trying to do is like do this calculation. If it's over this, do this thing. If it's under this, do this other thing. Excuse me. But it may actually be more performant to just do a thing assuming that the if statement is true, or like let's imagine. I'll do like a very quick way. It's hard to get this with just like hand functions. So imagine like I've got a function here with some like data, and I have like data is equal to, I don't know, data dot a plus data dot b, go like res, and then I have if res greater than data dot a times 2, do some stuff, else do some other stuff. It may be that it's like more performant if you just did this. Kali, should I get to work then optimize if necessary? Absolutely. That's always the best thing to do, is like get it working, prove to yourself that like you know this problem and you know how to solve it, and then you can solve it in different ways. In fact, like a lot of what like senior engineers will tell you is like, I solve a problem 2 or 3 times. My mentor told me that. So he's like, he's the craziest programmer I've ever met in that, like, he knows, he's galaxy brain, right? So he, like, we were talking about, you know, I was talking about solving a problem, and he was like, oh yeah, what I do is I write the problem, like I write my solution first. I just write it as fast as I can to see like what it looks like and what some of the advantages and disadvantages are. And then I throw the whole thing away and I write it a second time. And that second time is always better than the first. I'm black hole brain. Good. Turns out you can run a super low power server, spin up multiple versions versus one big C machine doing anything. Kind of the Swarm versus Borg cube. Yeah. So just a red shirt. It's interesting that you say that. So I used to work for, it's been long enough. I used to work for Intel. And one of the big concerns that we had at the time was people were starting to really get hyped up on ARM, like on ARM-based servers. And it wasn't that it wasn't that people were worried that they were going to move away from like these high-powered, like, you know, we're 32-core Xeon processor. Like, they weren't worried about moving away from those applications. They were worried that people were going to start writing code to take advantage of something that was like, we have one system that farms out to like 400 low power ARM processes and then comes back together, right? So instead of one machine cranking through everything, you just delegate everything to these tiny little computers that do like part of the math and then come back together. And the thing is, you can do stuff like that if you don't have branching. So like if statement is what kills everything. Like if you're going through a program and then you have an if statement to switch between like doing A or doing B, your program has to wait till all of those results come in, and then once the if statement is evaluated, it can keep going, which means you're wasting clock cycles. So like getting optimizing out if statements is a big deal for some people. Oh, no, that's fine. Okay. Yes, we were doing this. Nice blue. That's right. Paint.net. Can you do logic without if statements? You can, actually. It is hard to do. You have to do it in shaders a lot, actually, because shaders, you cannot do if statements in shaders. Otherwise, your performance just tanks. So you have to do stuff like this. So notice what I'm doing here is I have a ternary operator here. So this is effectively an if statement. which means that this performance isn't good. The way that you can optimize something like this, though, is if I come down to something like here, right? You do some math, and then you clamp it. So you effectively like assume your if statement is true. Like you do some stuff to get around it. So you do some math, you clamp it, and then you like use that result to multiply something. So let's say that like in this case, you're looking for like gray is greater than 0.5, then I'm going to do this. Otherwise, I'm going to do this other thing. If this was as simple as like taking gray and like multiplying it by something, what you could do is in this step, you round gray, and then gray is now 0 or 1, and 1 is basically your like your if statement, this is true condition, and 0 is your if statement, this is not true condition, and you use that to multiply some of your numbers to make them either 0 or the result. And then based off of that, you can do other stuff. Like, so it's hard to do. It's hard to like to get out a bunch of those if statements, but like once you figure out how to do, like if you can get an if statement out of there by doing some clever math stuff, it's super satisfying. Let's see. That's right. Accent color, and I was doing paint.net. So first, what I want to do is I want to open this, and I want to see exactly what that color is. So I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Image, crop selection. Okay. So here we are. This color is this. So now I can set my nice blue inside of my CSS to that. Oh, nope. That. There you go. Oh, I guess I could do this. No, that's fine. Right? That's probably fine. Are your clouds being generated / moved, or is it a GIF? The clouds are... is this right? Yeah. So the clouds are static images. They're static PNGs. But I am creating them, and I'm moving them with code. And I'm doing size modifications on them based off of this stuff as well. Boop, 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 boop. So that's not shadows on them. What, the dark parts? Or are you talking about the fact that like they're a different color? So that versus that. The dark parts are just drawn in. The fact that they're darker is because of the shaders that I have on. So if I turn off my time of day shader and then I move this, so now they're like their original color because it's daylight. And then as we move closer to night, like they get kind of an orange color and then they go dark. Yeah, it is very cool. I like this a lot. It's a very cool effect. So we are going to set this accent color to var nice blue. Actually, we'll do dark gray color. All right, we'll do dark gray color here, but then regular volume slider We will set its accent color to nice blue. We will also set the accent color here to nice blue. Okay. Let's do that. I don't like... Ugh, man. Maybe I just disappear them entirely. Maybe I just set opacity to 0. Yeah. Someone's Twitch stream title reference ASD. Glad someone else asked about it before me. I almost asked a question about autism because of it. Hold, please. Okay, I will ask you. What is their meaning of ASD then? Okay, so our volume sliders are gone. I move over and they appear. Great. Some technology they were working on. Makes sense. Okay. So this makes sense. This is working now. And now what I'm going to do is use our code to actually have it set the volumes and stuff. So ID is music. Const music slider is equal to document.query selector music, and the same thing for ambiance. Ambience. You know what's actually really interesting? I was going to raid someone yesterday, or day before yesterday, named Jim. Let me see if he's on, actually. Like, I already know who we're raiding after this, but still, I just want to see is, take a look inside software and development. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, he's not on now, but yeah, there was a guy named Jim that was on, and he was, excuse me. Yeah, he was working on front-end JavaScript in an object-oriented programming kind of way, which I thought was very interesting because if you take a look, so currently, one of the deep dark secrets of this project is that here, like the UI that I'm displaying right now and the new way that we're doing things is all like, it looks, in my personal opinion, it looks sick. It looks great. However, the old way in which I was doing it is still existing, and we're actually like, we're like a dark website inside of the original website. Its way of working would not work right now, but the way that I did it is object oriented. So if you look at here, no, actually it's up one level further. Close. Okay, there we go. So here we go. Imagine doing OOP. How terrible. Yeah. The thing is, like, object-oriented programming is great for, like, I use it all the time for Java, Kotlin projects, stuff like that. JavaScript JavaScript is written in such a way that it almost doesn't really want you to do object-oriented programming. You can still do it, but like for instance, when you read this JavaScript code, this reads a heck of a lot like Java. So this is my main function of the original version of this site. Oh, excuse me. So if you take a look, like I have a window frame, and what I do is like I push a new scene inside of these scenes, and then I have a converter here for like, I've got a config. This is what my scene audio looks like. And I have my window frame that has a bunch of like functions on it, like get and set processing and like play the next atmosphere. And then if you go to like the window frame, it's like, here are all of these like functions that I'm exporting and ways that I'm doing this. And I'm doing these callbacks and stuff here and there. And like a lot of this stuff is just like half in one world, half in another world. And it's really annoying to read. And you have to do a lot of thises. So because I'm doing a lot of like modifications here, right? I have a constructor for this class. Excuse me. And like I have my fade duration, scene index. Like I've got a bunch of variables up here. Do I have a self dot? I sure as heck do. So the reason why I have to have this is, did I ever set self? I didn't. Oh boy, this would break. This would have to be something else. But like the problem is, like in this set next atmosphere, once you're inside of this function, this keyword no longer refers to the class that you're inside of. It refers to this function that you're inside of. So like, it's very confusing, which is why you have a bunch of stuff that's like this. So you have var self equals this. And then now, inside of this function, you're referencing self, which is a variable that has been set for the context of this. It's very bad. Very bad in that way. But yeah, that's like the original version of this source code, which I very much do not like. So I have another slider here that's like slider dot on input is what it is. Okay, great. Music, right here goes. So we'll do the music slider, and then we'll do the ambiance slider. I think I just figured out what I needed to know. Yeah? What's wait, this refers to the class. Is that in C++ by chance? No, it's not. As far as I know, I don't think C++ is a this operator. Yeah, I don't think that's true. That would be crazy if I just like gave you some really bad programming advice and then that just like unlocked your true potential, like Gohan. Now you're like now you're like this like crazy Chad that just knows how to do all the programming. Input range on change. On input. Excuse me. I actually want to see what this is doing. If I do whatever event. Console.log of event. I just want to see what this outputs. Can't figure out how to refer. Oh, C++ does have a this. It's a pointer to the current instance. Interesting. So that's like even lower level, right? Ambient slider. No. Ambient slider, what happened? Oh, I just didn't change the ID on it. Silly. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I do this. It's just input, timestamp, event phase, original target, source target. Okay, so none of this is useful. And that's fine. I can just grab the event, the value the way that I did before. Just do this dot value. Wait, so I have a method to find a set type. Would I use this to refer to the set type? Huh. That's a good question. Zapac, take it away! And this is where I scoot over, and then they scoot in and give you a sick C++ lesson. I have an audio manager, right? Excuse me. Return play sound from file. Right. Play sounds. Okay. Okay. Currently playing audio file. Okay. Audio.volume. Okay, got it. So that's nice. This would be a pointer to an instance of set type. You use this with the arrow operator to get its members. Oh. That makes sense. Ah, okay. The heck does this happen? Okay. So number one, that doesn't happen anywhere. I think I figured out how to do it. Nice. More accurately, you just told me how to do it. Nice. So let's see. What I need here is... So I'm keeping track of the dot volume. The audio link. Okay. That's actually okay. Because I think I have that data. Right? So... const vol percent is equal to this dot value divided by 100 and play scene audio. So what does this look like? Ah, okay, there. sounds dot for each sound let me look up what, okay, it's right here. Animation, stream, sounds. Okay, so for each of them I have a URL, and then I have this volume. Okay, so those are the two things that I need. Audio. Am I importing stuff? Yeah, I am. Okay. So I can come here and I can grab set currently playing volume. Got it. There we are. Set currently playing volume of sound.url, sound.volume times vol percent. Okay. So that should do that. And then for here, the same thing. I need a break. I'm going to work on my own project. Nice. I'll be honest with you. That's what this stream is for me. Like I spent all of the month of March and half of the month of April really heads down on a project at work and just like banging it out and like writing a bunch of code every day and just hyper focusing and coming to stream and doing stuff like the dumb Cheesecake Factory bot was like really helped me keep going and be like, you know what, programming's not so bad. Programming is actually fun. It's just this project that's not great. So let's go to our audio manager and okay. So what we'll do is set currently playing volume of effects. We'll do that. Playing effect volume. Effect volume or ambient and sound volume. And we will do one for stream as well. Stream. And then if audio element dot volume is equal to volume percent. Excuse me. I will just set it in volume. Is equal to volume. Right, we have this. Boop and boop. Okay, so that comes in as is Chromium. Is Chromium. So the reason why we need this is Chromium, is because the way that I'm grabbing the audio stream, I may end up modifying this at some point, but the way that I'm doing it is I give this code an audio element. I say like, hey, this is the element that is going to be playing all the music. And the audio element is handling like loading up the stream, getting it ready. And then I add a bunch of effects to it. The problem is, like, I capture the audio stream from that audio element and I modify it and then I play it. But The audio element also has its own audio stream. So it depends on where I do this. So on Firefox, I actually capture the stream and I'm not giving it back, right? In Chrome, I get a copy of that stream. So both of them still exist and they both play simultaneously, but we only want one to play. So I have to see if it's Chromium, and then I have to mute the audio element if it is. So that's where that comes from. And then is Chromium is defined, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. So audio manager. So we have stream volume. Number 1, audio element and audio stream. Yeah, okay. So this, and then if audio stream. There you go. Excuse me. Is this going to work? And then I got to come up here. Set currently getting stream volume and set currently playing effect volume. Effect. Right, and then now, if I come down here, set currently playing volume. Here you go. So this is now effect volume, and this up here is going to be here, and then excuse me, gosh. Told you I'm sick. I'm quite sorry about that. So we've seen, okay, scene of scene index. What I want is the stream volume that I've, so it's dot stream dot volume, right? Yeah, it is. So scene of scene index dot stream dot volume. There it is. Okay. So this should work. Let's open up the debug console and let's see. Okay, not found. Currently playing effect volume. Oh, sound volume. That's right. I called it sound volume because of reasons. And from effect to sound, replace all, and this is actually stream. Okay. Do it again. All right. So this is one that's going to require me to actually listen to something. So pausing the music for now. Setting up my audio to pipe to my stream PC. There we go. And now I'm going to unmute this and we'll see if it works. Unmute. Undefined has no properties. This dot value. Okay. This is fine. This dot value. Huh. So this is interesting. I don't know why this is working here, but it's not working in other places. We'll just straight up call them then. How about that? Okay. Okay. Now let's turn this down. Ooh, that's not good. Using a dictionary for the first time. Yes, I'm very proud of you. Good job. This one appears to be working okay. But let me guess. When I'm playing all of my audio... Oh, no. I hate this. I hate when they inject... I hate when they inject that. Ugh. Dictionaries are great. Dictionaries are probably one of the strongest things to use, especially in Python. I mean, most things have the concept of a hash map, and I love them for that. Let's look at play stream. Play stream, audio effects. So I have this, play sounds, right? Where do I play sounds? It's this, right? Go here. Play audio. Audio.volume. Should this be over 100? I feel like it should. I'm pretty sure it should. Think of a good way to store the voids that are near enough for a void to deal with. Okay. That are near enough. What I would say, instead of storing the void itself, if you give all the voids an ID, like, you can either, like, dynamically calculate what void is near other voids, right, on the fly, and, like, have an object for that. Or, if you give every void an ID and you want to do that, where you have, like, a nearby voids property on a particular void, you can instead populate that with their IDs. That way you're not copying around a bunch of data. So I imagine that, like, a void is its own class that has, like, functions and data associated with it. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But either way, storing, like, just that number means that you're not, like, duplicating data anywhere. And it means that you also don't have to, like, clear out a bunch of stuff. So I would just do IDs if you wanted to do it like that. Planning to store the coordinates. Well, if you store the IDs, you can look up the coordinates dynamically, right? But yeah, I mean, the whole goal here, as far a pointer, yeah, pointer's also fine. Just to be like, hey, this is a void that's nearby. Pointers are good for avoiding copying data around. Yeah. Okay. Huh. Go to play sounds. Oh, no. I am passing it in. Okay, so I'm passing it in here. Play sound from file. Okay, so it's audio over 100. Okay. So when I'm modifying the volume, then I should do it like that. There. Yes. Yes. Okay. That's how to do it. Yep, index works too. Like, for me, pointers start to get, like, pointer is probably, like, I know that pointer is the right thing to do here. But the fact that, like, excuse me, that I'm pointing to a thing and then that thing could, like, be deallocated or, like, something like that. And then all of a sudden, like, my pointer is no longer valid. I'm like, well, maybe instead I just have, like, a reference to where I can look this up and then I can do a test to be like, does this still exist? Seems better. But I also haven't done with, like, actual pointer manipulation in a very long time. So, like, it may just be that at the time I was like, I don't know how to do that. Pointer's scary. And that's not actually, like, it's not actually the case. If I turn the music all the way down, we have just the ambient noises. That's it. That's it. That's our volume working. All right. So let's do some stuff here. Probably actually want to set the tooltip here as well. We'll see how that looks. It may be that it's a little overkill. All right, so we come here, we have our tooltip. Huh, okay. Oh, it could just be that it's not inside of this, like, features item class. Let's see what this looks like if I add that. Excuse me. Yeah. So what did I inherit up here that this, like, ruined my life? Volume slider, collapse volume slider, yes. Man, I love the way that looks. I just think that's very cute. Yeah, I don't know why that's kicking it out so much. Show me the computer or the layout? Yeah, show me the layout. Rohit M685, thank you for following. Appreciate that. Okay, so that's where it is. Oh, it's the padding. Oh, it's probably the padding. Yeah. Probably the padding. Let's see. So if I come in here and explicitly here set padding 0. X. Margin 0 px. That left minus 100%. Wonder what that would do. Oh my gosh. Still, it's like there's something up here that's like kicking it out. I like. So my padding and my margin. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, the only other test that I haven't done, which like I don't need to do, but I will. So if I just turn down ambiance. Yeah, it's just the music. That's great. Man, I'm so happy this works. Except for this positioning. This positioning is goofy. Cursor, pointer, yep. Oh, I see. Huh. That's so interesting. Huh. Visibility hidden, opacity 0. I don't really need a border. Can I just like... Let me take a look at tooltip. What does tooltip look like? Feature item hover. You know what I'll do is I will copy the yes. And then I'll do dot volume slider hover. Yeah, and that way, so if I come back up here, take away this class from the actual volume slider. So I'm styling it how I want it. Excuse me. It's weird that like, so I'm listening to lo-fi, right? Like I usually listen to lo-fi on my stream PC and I have that sound coming through, but now we're listening to it through this site and it sounds different, number one, because of like the effects that I'm putting on it. But number two, like when I refresh, the music stops and like it every time it makes me be like, something happening? But it's not there, it's over here. Okay. Okay. I broke it. Here, I will copy this, remove that, remove that. Okay. That should do it. See, like this, I'm like, Sidebar collapse dot volume slider hover. Did I remove the tooltip? No, I didn't. Huh. Okay. Tooltip. So they're all like right here then. So tooltip should be fine.
This is the new Wi-Fi 24/7.
No! I hate when they do that. Stop. Just let me listen to the music. Excuse me. Sidebar collapse. Sidebar collapse. Okay, display block. Is that what I want? Maybe? But it already is there, right? Like... Let's sidebar collapse. Volume slider, hover. Do I already have a volume slider, hover? I do. It should be different though, because it's like a dot tooltip. But it's not nested under volume slider, is what it is. So how do I do that then? Right, these two are right here. Let me take a look at volume slider. Well, what would happen? Let's just say I put it up there. What happens then? Whew. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Yeah. Because that applies a bunch of the stuff to everything. Just make this class volume item. There we go. Okay. We are almost done. Yep, that's right. Now that's a little weird. That's a little weird. You know what I mean? Song's a little funky. I like that. So does this matter, like... Does it matter, like, where I'm... So if I come down here, same place, same place, same place. They're both going to the same place. That's a little weird. Excuse me. Huh. Huh. We also, I don't think, need, right? Do we have anything with logo? Logo? Oh, no, I do. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I don't even need any of that now, right? So if I refresh, everything should still work the same, I imagine. It does. So I can get rid of all of this. Boop. Before, hover before. Hmm. Hmm. They're both coming down to this, like, the ambient volume. Excuse me. This boy. So I find that interesting. Volume slider, volume item. Hmm. That back up. Ah. Okay. Yeah, I've got a couple of bugs with the clouds to work out, but like right before we're so close to ending stream, I just like really want to get this set. You know what I mean? Position absolute, top is down, left is over a while. What about CSS selector next? Sibling? Is that a thing? So you can immediately. Okay. So what I could do is volume slider hover plus tooltip. That may work. Take away this like volume item thing that we've got. That's so weird. If I come back here, go to there, so those know what they're doing. Why not this? Why not these? That makes sense, right? That does not make sense. You just start using these streams to sort files and folders. It's a mess. Oh no. I had this pause for a while. Hello again. Man, I tell you, I got a new PC and like the one that I'm on right now, and that was probably the best thing for my file system, which is not great. Right? Like I basically threw away everything to start off fresh, and like, you know, I'm already ruining it. Sidebar collapse volume hover tooltip. Ah, I see. So this top 50% is like top of the screen, not top of the container it's in. So let's open the body, open the sidebar, feature list. Let's go to this tooltip. So this is talking about like top from here, right? If I take a look here, display flex. So let me, if I come in here, inspect, open this li, display flex. Still no. Yeah. What else does this have? Position absolute. Ah. I see. So if I turn that off. Okay. So if I style this with position absolute, can I take off my left? No, because it doesn't block anything. But what if I do display block? No. Okay. Huh. CSS display element to right. Oh, side by side is good. Okay. Let's, if I come in here, so we need to take these two off, right? Come back here, put that back. Okay, so now if I so the tooltip, right? Excuse me. Let's look at the hover state as well. do these do? You know what I mean? So if I come in here and I take away top 50 or top 50%, yeah. Yeah. So that's the problem. Is I'm not looking for extensions right now. So this has to be set to where, like, wherever this volume slider is. But the way in which I'm doing the volume slider is not conducive to that. Opacity 1. Yeah, so I'm doing this stuff. Like, I'm setting its position as, like, relative. That way I can get this left out. I do this aspect ratio thing. So what if I made this, like, position fixed? Nope. It has to be that this thing's position is relative. If it is fixed, if it is anything else, it's just ruined. Position relative. Dang! Display and line block, maybe?
Lo-fi is what we do. Hour after hour after hour.
Stop.
Lo-fi 24/7.
Stop, please. Stop doing that. $75? Yeah. All right, listen. We are going to stop because we cannot figure out how to get this done. But we will figure it out next stream. I promise you. Let me write a note for myself first. Where's our to-do? There it is. So I got that. Fix tooltip for volume sliders. Can't position itself correctly because the volume slider is relative. I don't have a Discord yet, Carl Mark. I'm sorry about that. But I will one day. All right, great. So I've got this. We are done for today. I'll be back on Tuesday. We're going to fix that. And then move on to maybe one or two more cleanup tasks here. I definitely want to clean up the main JavaScript file. It's over 500 lines. Here's your... oh, no. Is that my Discord? Is that your Discord? So I want to clean up a lot of this stuff because I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I'm doing way too much stuff in here, and I should like move things around. You just made it for me. Ooh. Okay. That's wild. We're gonna raid my friend Fee. He was here earlier. He's great. You'll have a great time, probably. So, raid Feeberg 06. He has about 10% sure I can give it to you, or I'll just delete it. It's fine. I can make my own. Not a big deal. Jeezer. Excuse me. He curses a lot. I don't on this stream. So, you know, if that bothers you, you know, it's fine. Also, he's playing Fortnite. He's not programming, so if you don't want to watch someone play Fortnite, then yeah, whatever. But he's extremely funny. He's one of my best friends, and he is very funny. So go have fun, and I will see you guys on Tuesday.